Hello and welcome back to the Home Studio Simplified channel. This is your host, Robert McClellan. Today we are going to be listening to the songs that were submitted for the August song contest. These happen every single month. If you'd like to know how to enter, what you got to do to enter, the rules and regulations and all that madness, there is a link in the description of this video for you to go and check that out. I would encourage you to do that. If you're wanting to get involved and you're kind of on the fence about whether you should or not, just do it. I think you're gonna love it. So if you're new around here, this channel exists to simplify the complexities of the home studio and to help you make professional sounding music in a less than professional space. We can dream alone and we can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. And speaking of togetherness, these are individuals who, because of their generosity and gratitude, have helped to keep the lights on, so to speak, here on the channel. These are monthly Patreon, YouTube member, or they've just given through the Super Chat or the PayPal feature. If you'd like to know how to donate to the channel and how to also get your hands on some really cool multi-tracks for free, as well as, well, I say for free, but it would be for a monthly donation, as well as some really cool EQ cheat sheets and just access to my courses for a lower price than what you would if you just bought it outright. I would encourage you to head on over to Patreon and check out what that's all about. You can sign up there for $1 or more a month and get access instantly to a lot of cool stuff. Not to mention, you'd help support the channel that's trying to do its best to help each and every one of you. And now, a word from our sponsors. Today's video is sponsored in part by the 𝗏𝗼 Academy. The 𝗏𝗼 Academy offers affordable courses from mentors, world-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the 𝗏𝗼 Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the 𝗏𝗼 Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. All right, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be listening to your song submissions. I'm going to be giving you my professional feedback on those, what you can do to improve them, what you can do to make them better. And in the process, we all get to listen to some really cool music that not a lot of people have heard yet. So with that being said, before we even dive into that though, I have something really cool to talk about that's going to be upcoming here soon. And that is the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. So here on the channel, we've been having this thing where, and this has been happening for years now, where whenever we reach a certain milestone, and we then will obviously celebrate that. And so today, we're going to be talking about the next milestone that the channel is going to be reaching very soon, and that is 10,000 subscribers. I got to thank each and every one of you who are here in the chat, as well as those who maybe are stumbling upon this video later on. But thank you all, every one of you, for all of your support over the years, for everything that you've done, whether it's monetary donations, whether it's subscribing to the channel and sharing things. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. And we've already got some cool things lined up. So there's going to be a link that will be coming shortly after this live stream. So keep an eye on the community tab here on the channel, because there's going to be some really cool prizes. First and foremost, 𝗏𝗏, which has been a mainstay of the channel here. They've really helped out the channel a lot with giveaways in the past. We're going to be giving away the 𝗏𝗏 Toolbox Professional. This is 33 awesome plugins, a $249 value that one lucky winner is going to walk away with. We've also got a Melodyne 5 Studio download that's going to be given away to someone. That's a $700 value. If you're not familiar with Melodyne, it's one of the world's greatest, and I do mean the greatest, pitch correction tools. When you get the studio version, it's almost like a DAW in and of itself, though. You can actually break down guitar chords. You can, like, say someone, strummed a chord that you wanted on your song, and one of the strings was out of pitch. you can actually go in and just tune that guitar up. Now, obviously that's not the best way to do it, but with that being said, Melodyne 5 Studio is going to be up for grabs. There's so many cool things that you can do with this program. Likewise, Warren Huart has agreed to go ahead and give away 2 of my courses. That is the Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial course. We're going to be giving away 2 of those to 2 lucky winners. And the cool thing about doing these giveaways like this is this means that they are international giveaways. So wherever you may live in the world, anyone can get access to these giveaways, because it's simply just going to be a download link for one of these awesome plugins and or courses. So this is a $194 value that will be given away there. And last but not least, there's still more to come. I'm hoping I got some more people on board, but there's going to be 2 copies also to 2 more lucky winners of the 𝗠𝗶𝘅 Intelligent EQ processor. This is every single mix of mine. This thing is on there. Before I ever send a mix out, I always check it through this plugin. It is that good. So that's a $398 value. Now these are all going to be available, like I said, whenever we reach that 10,000 subscriber mark. So the quicker we reach that mark, the quicker we can have this giveaway. Shortly after we reach that 10K mark, we're going to be hosting this giveaway. There's going to be a drawing much like anything else that you've done online, where you can get different amounts of submissions, so to speak, or put your name in the hat more than one time by sharing something, by watching something, by subscribing to someone's channel, or whatever it might be. I'm sure you've seen these time and time again in these little giveaway raffle type things. So yeah, real quick recap. 𝗠𝗶𝘅 is going to be in there. 2 Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial courses are going to be given away. Melodyne 5 and the 𝗬𝗏 Professional Toolbox whenever we reach that 10,000 subscriber giveaway. So definitely want to check that out. Thank you each and every one of you yet again for helping me to get to this point. If you have not subscribed, this would obviously be a really cool time to do that. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on over to the screen here and let's check out some of the songs that we're going to be listening to today. We're going to dive right into them because we actually have quite a few submissions today, which is cool. I like that. The first one that we have on the list is by Midnight Blue Movies. It's called A Street Called Heaven. Micah, I would love to give away coffee cups. However, that actually bit me in the rear end last time, because there was an individual who I sent the coffee cup to and it ended up broken by the time it got to him. And that stinks. And not to mention, it took like a month for it to even get to him. And it cost me $30 to send 1 cup. So this is actually going to be much more affordable, and it's going to be better on everybody involved, because anybody, like I said, can download a plugin, and everybody wants plugins, right? So let's talk about a little bit of the backstory on this particular song. So let's see. I gotta find it here in the submissions file. I'm not seeing it. Or hopefully I didn't delete it, because I did just, let me go back. Ah, here we go. Maybe. No, maybe not. Okay, well, I don't see any notes that was left, unless I'm missing something from Midnight Blue about this particular song. So I'm going to go ahead and assume, oh, there it is. A Street Called Heaven. Okay. Let's hear what he has to say about this one. So he says, this is a short cinematic piece produced in Cakewalk using a free Spitfire orchestral library and the strings that come with Cakewalk. I hope you like it. Midnight Blue, aka Dave. All right. Well, let's give it a listen, everybody. Ooh, already sounds pretty.
「
Sorry, I had to turn that down just a little bit. Very nice. Nice. Very nice. Wow. Yeah, I could definitely hear that. I could definitely hear that like in the background of a movie scene or something, where somebody's like finding their long lost love, stepping off of a plane or something. I don't know. That's just kind of what I was picturing. Yeah, very good though. So here's my honest critique and feedback on this. I feel like it was lacking a little bit of low end that could have helped to sell the emotional factor of this. And then the drum rolls that were sort of coming there, that timpani. I feel like it could have been more up front. And yet again, it was lacking a little bit of low end. Also, the stereo painting was good, but I feel like you could have went out a little wider with that. And it also seemed to lean a little more heavy towards the left stereo field. But other than that, the emotional feedback that I'm getting from this is it definitely has that heavenly sound to it. And so you definitely sold that emotional feedback part of it. So kudos to you on that. That's really the only critique I've got on that. Sounds really good. Good job, man. Okay, Clifford Griffith, his song Afterthought is up next. He says Amos, aka Cliff G, is this was made in Cakewalk by BandLab through the Tascam US 1800 Studio Spares condenser mic, mostly stock plugins with a little help from IK Multimedia, who I'm hoping is also going to jump on this 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Excellent plugins, by the way. This song is about remembering to put Jesus first in both good and bad times, not as an afterthought. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Let's give her a listen.
When I am going through difficult times, I seem to forget all about you. I will turn this way and that, but forget to turn to you. You will not be my afterthought. I should always think of you first. You should not be my afterthought. afterthought. I should have let you be my afterthought. Even when my life seems to be alright, sometimes I forget all about you. I forget to give you thanks, yet you're always there for me. Always there for me. You will not be my afterthought. I should always think of first. You should not be my afterthought. You should not be my afterthought. You're always there for me. I forget to turn to you. You are always there for me. I do not turn to you.
All right. Well, that definitely had a lot of potential. There were some clear issues that need addressed. The balancing of the mix, the vocals, I don't know if it was an effect that you were going for or if it was just maybe the plugins that you used. But it definitely, I guess it wasn't selling the rest of the song. And what I mean by that is I think it was a little too over the top. The reverbs and the delays and things like that. I think if they would have been a little more subtle, which subtlety is key when it comes to professional mixing and mastering. Subtlety is key. And so I understand that when you put these things like this over the top, it allows you to actually hear them, which is good. But a lot of times the average listener is actually going to pick up on more than what you would give them credit for. So it's actually better to err in the way of subtlety. I also heard there were several instances where it sounded as if there were some things that were maybe clipping or the audio had been garbled in some way, shape, or form. And yet again, if that's a stylistic choice, then that's totally up to you. However, I think if that's something that you weren't trying to do, then maybe you need to address and figure out why you were clipping. Were you recording too hot, or were you pushing your plugins too hard? Whatever it might be. The song in and of itself, like I said, though, definitely does have potential. It just needs a little bit more balancing and some more subtlety. The bass was definitely a little bit woolly or muddy, but it was present. I feel like if the rest of the elements would have been more present as well, though, it really would have helped us sell this song a lot better. All right. That's my honest critique and feedback of that. The next one is by 𝗶𝗍. I met him on TikTok, actually, and he reached out to me and he asked me if I would critique one of his songs, and I said, actually, why don't you just go ahead and submit it to the song contest? And so he did. This is his song, Don't Want to Run. Let me see what his backstory on this is. He says, change can be scary, but don't let fear send you back to your old ways. Written and produced by and recorded by 𝗶𝗍, mixed by Milo Eubank, and mastered by Matthew Wolk. All right. Well, let's give this a listen.
I don't wanna run like that. I don't wanna run, right back. You don't wait for me, I'ma wait for you, yeah. You never wait for me, forever wait for you, yeah. I'm rolling it back a week, rolling it back with me, yeah. Rolling a sack of weed, but I'm dropping the package free, yeah. I'm running around, in my dreams you ain't making a sound, but I'm gunning them down, and it's finally turning around. But I don't wanna be like, I don't know what I wanna be like, but I don't wanna be like, I don't wanna be like that. I don't wanna run, yeah, I don't wanna run like that. I don't wanna run, yeah, I don't wanna run right back. I don't wanna run, yeah, I don't wanna run like that. I don't wanna run, yeah, I don't wanna run right back. I'ma call in the morning, gotta get some sleep. You know life's been boring, I haven't slept in a week. I don't wanna be like that, I don't wanna run right back. You don't gotta be so mad, why you gotta be like that? You know you don't gotta be mad. Please don't run right back. You make so much progress, I don't wanna see you go back. I don't wanna run, yeah, I don't wanna run like that. I don't wanna run, yeah, I don't wanna run right back. I don't wanna run, yeah, I don't wanna run like that. I don't wanna run, but I don't wanna run right back. No, I don't wanna run right back. Yeah, yeah.
All right, nice. So definitely like the feel and the vibe of the song. I think given the genre, I know Micah said he thinks a little less compression would have been nice. However, I feel like as if it sort of lends its way to this particular genre of music. I didn't feel like it was over the top. The one thing that I did, if I have a critique for, is that there was about 700 to 1,000 hertz in that range. The guitar on the left side that was sort of that, it almost had sort of a, I'm trying to think of that band. It sort of had like that, almost like a island type music sound to it. Almost like a Beach Boys type sound. That's not the band I was thinking of, but that's close. But anyway, I think if you would have dipped out about 7 to 1,000 hertz in that, it would have helped to sort of set in the mix better. And then also too, I feel like lyrically, I feel like there was more that you could have added to this to really sell an emotional point on this. And I get where you're saying in the song. I definitely get the point that you're driving at, but I feel like there was some lyrically, it was lacking in some areas where I feel like it could have really helped to tell a story, or to maybe even share a testimony of why you would not want to run like that. So, but honestly, stylistically, I can't really give too much of a critique to something whenever, you know, this is your baby, so to speak. So I don't want to come across as one who is disliking the song at all. I think it definitely has a lot of good potential, and I love the mix and the master of it. Sounds really well. Around that 700 to 1,000 hertz range, I think it could have been dipped out a little bit, but other than that, it sounded really clean. And the stereo field was made good use of. So kudos to you, man. Good job. Next up is Mark George. Let's see what he has to say about this one. Mark says, "This is my first attempt at doing a trailer piece. It's sat in my projects for several months as nothing more than the opening piano riff. But here it is a few days after finding it again, having mostly fallen out of my head, mostly using contact libraries, but a few soft synths as well, and a lot of sample pack sounds. I call it Don't Look Under the Bed as I thought it would suit a trailer for a spooky movie. Hope you enjoy. Awesome. I'm sure we're going to be blown away with the results. Let's go ahead and check this out. Wow. Love the vibe, man. Sounded great. Sweet. That was beautiful. Wow. Good night. Well, as usual, completely blown away. Excellent job, Mark. There's not a lot I could honestly say about this. For one, orchestral music is not easy, and nor is it easy to keep a melody line going through this like you've done and interweave it throughout so many different sound effects and things like that to generate interest throughout the entire track. And you sold it perfectly. all of the sounds were great. Use of the stereo field was amazing. I guess there was only a couple of areas where I felt like maybe it was lacking in a few of the bass essentials, as far as just needing turned up a little bit more or even EQ'd a little bit more into the mix. But man, great way. Great. Yeah. Every time I listen to this stuff, I'm like, good night, Irene. All right. Next up is Eyes Closed by 𝗏𝗏. And this is actually, he's in the chat today. And by the way, for those of you who are brand new to the chat, thank you all so very much for being here. And here's a crowd cheer for all the newbies. You guys rock. Thanks for stopping by today. Let's check it out. Currently making, let's see. Yep, here we go. Eyes Closed. Currently making music. My nickname is 𝗏𝗏, and I'm a bit of an introverted and shy person when it comes to something that is completely done by myself. So I don't want to reveal the real name behind the work. I'm experimenting with a lot of genres, and I use music to clear my mind and soul, as it is the only thing where I don't plan anything or think about any steps that I'm doing, which really helps me to relax. The song is inspired by ISO, Sam Goku, and some other artists from the 𝗠𝗏𝗄 label. I used Fruit Loop Studio 20, including Nucleus Orchestral Core, Serum, and some sample presets from Sennheiser to create this track. Awesome. Well, let's check it out. Very cool. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Wow. Yeah, I like this. Nice little lead in there. It's very cool. I can hear her breathing. Nice. Man, there's a lot going on here. It's done very tastefully. Very cool. Very cool. A lot of lava lamp plug-in on this one. I like how the percussion section keeps kind of coming and going. Very cool. Amazing. Excellent work, man. Excellent work. Yeah, I definitely would not be ashamed of revealing your true name, especially with your name going to be tied to something like that. Dude, that's absolutely amazing. I would love to hear more of it. And if you have a CD or anything available, would love to hear that and actually share that as well. This would be great for individuals who are going through sleep issues or something like that. I can actually put this on and probably just be out like a light. Loved it. It was very relaxing. And like so many have already said in the chat, it was like things were changing within the mix in different intervals, but at like perfect times. So kudos to you, man. Keep up the good work. That's definitely a good start of what you're doing. Now, as far as volume levels, somebody had said it sounded like it needed some mastering. It does need a little bit more volume, but that typically does come later in the mastering stage. So as of right now, it's actually setting at a pretty good peak value. So good job too for leaving some headroom for the mastering engineer. If you're interested, by the way, anybody here in the chat today, if you're interested in getting a professional mix and master from me, and you did not get chosen as the winner, reach out to me through 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏@gmail.com. I'd be happy to mix and master your music as well. And if you tell me that you are a subscriber, I'll give you a little bit of a discount as well. All right. Well, good job. Good job. I feel like the bass elements, yet again, most everything today seems like it's lacking a little bit of bass. Maybe it's because I've been mixing and mastering some hip hop stuff lately. I don't know. But it definitely seemed like it was lacking a little bit of bass. And then apart from that, man, yet again, there's not really much I can say about it because it did exactly what it needed to do. So great job. Midnight Blue Movie says he wrote a piece for sleeping too. Nice. Yeah, if you guys want to submit instrumental music like that would be good for prayer, for meditation, for sleeping, let me know as well. And if you're okay with it, I'll actually feature it on my second channel, Mockingbird Studio, which is going to be basically just used mainly for that. All right, so next up is Keep Up by Connor Cronin. Let's see what he has to say about this one. He says, I wrote and performed all of the parts using Cakewalk as the DAW. Nice. Scarlett 2i2 interface, an HSS Made in Mexico Strat, and a Marcus Miller bass guitar. Drums are MT Power Drum Kit 2, and the MIDI performance was captured using a Casio keyboard. Sweet. Overloud's TH3 amp simulator that comes in with Cakewalk was used for the guitars. Yes, I remember that. Back in the day, Cakewalk came with Overloud's TH3, and man, it was sweet. I still use it from time to time, but I've tried to migrate away from it because there's no more support for it, so it's kind of glitchy. But yeah, let's check this out. The song is called Keep Up by Connor Cronin.
I tell myself to write my thoughts down on a page, then rip it open, throw it out. I tell myself it's not my fault, but I'm to blame. I'm wrong, I'm right, I'm alright, I'll be fine.
Very cool. Nice. Almost has a Reliant K type sound.
I tell myself to take one more, sure, what's the harm? I tell myself to give it up. I tell myself I'm good enough, but bound to fail. I'll win, I'll lose, I'll come loose the next time. My mind is drifting, but you're building me a boat. My thoughts are drowning, but you're keeping me afloat. I tell myself that there's so much that could go wrong. I tell myself I'm not the only one. I ask myself if it's too much for me to take. I tell myself I'll take the chance I'll fall. My mind is racing, I'm just waiting to keep up. My spirit's draining, but you're filling me back up. I've given all I can, and you tell me it's enough.
Wow. That was super cool. Oh, wait, what? Was not expecting this. Wow. 𝗟𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗃. That was cool. Very, very cool. So many cool things happening in that. Wow. Guitar work was absolutely amazing. I feel like, as a guitarist, I'm being a little bit partial to this, but I feel like the guitar work on that was superb, even with it being the TH3 plugin. And that's why, like I said a minute ago, I loved the TH3 plugin so much. It sounds very, very good. Now, it doesn't sound real in the sense of whatever real sounds like to you, but it definitely sounds good, and it sounds like it fits well in the mix. There were some things about the vocals I feel like they could have been pushed a little bit more present. Also, I would have thought, I'm getting excited. I would have thought a little bit of distortion or some saturation on the lead vocals would have helped give it that sort of Green Day, Relient K type sound, maybe a little bit of over compression on the vocals. But honestly, man, it was a great song. I love that little flip that you did there at the end where I thought the song was over, and then it went into like this, almost like a ballad type sound, and then went right back into the punk. Dude, that was absolutely amazing. Loved it. All right. Mob the Gamer says, nice flip. Kamikaze shots. Very nice. Mark George, why isn't this on the radio already? Wow. Good deal. Awesome. Just kind of displaying on screen there what some other people were saying before we move on to the next song. This is Let Go 2021 mix. And yes, this is the latest mix. I checked. This one was uploaded the most recently. So hopefully I didn't get that wrong. But as far as I know, yes, this is the latest. So let's check this out. This is by our good friend Mob the Gamer, who's in the chat. And I already have high hopes for this track. So let's check it. Nice.
Tell nobody, says I know you go. Ain't nobody's getting out of here, and I won't let go. Ain't nobody's getting out of here. Rapping them, stopping them, killing them, rocking them, rapping them, stopping them, killing them.
Ooh, nice.
Answer, don't know. Why won't you just let go? Won't you answer? Don't know. Why won't you just let go? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. You go. I know you. Ain't nobody's getting out of here. Ain't nobody's getting out of here. I won't. And I won't let go. I won't let go. Ain't nobody's getting out of here. When I won't tell nobody, so won't you let go? Won't you let go?
Nice.
Won't you let go? Won't you let
Zoot
go?
suit ride.
Won't you let go? No. Yes, I know. 'Cause I know. You know. I know you. Ain't nobody's getting out of here. Ain't nobody's getting out of here. I won't. And I won't let go. I won't let go. Ain't nobody's getting out. Just let me go.
Nice. Very good job, Mob. Very good job. There were some elements where I think the vocals were starting to step on each other. A little bit of reverb to help push the background vocals in the back and automate that maybe whenever they come in. Other than that, sounding really good as usual. Everyone is wanting to know, where in the world did you find the old world sound for those horns and the woodwinds? Nice voices and sheen. Great piece of music. Direct to the mastering engineer and for the payola. Nice. Pedro Jesus says, this song screams creativity and movement. Beautiful, Mob. Everybody loves it. Good deal. All right. Next up is the winner for last month's song contest. And just to give you a brief encapsulation of what happened and why we didn't do a live mix of that, is he actually lost the original files to that song after winning. And although he said, hey, why don't you just actually pick another winner, I already had picked him as a winner and I didn't want to backtrack on that. And I definitely applaud the fact that he was wanting to give someone else a chance, but it also freed me up for a little bit of time to get some other things in the works. So, like mixing some Michael Jackson tunes. All right, so also I want to go back and read what Mob had wrote, because I didn't do that. So he says, Let Go was produced by Funkadelic in 2015. It is a fusion of hip hop, pop, and swing. It was written and recorded by me in 2016 in Kuwait. The 2016 mix was included in my Heart of Glass album, and I thought I would revisit and fix some issues. Let Go is a song about a woman with wealth and power in the 60s that wants to be with a poor man, but he doesn't want anything to do with her because she's too dangerous, and he's begging her to let him go, and that no one has to know about it. The track is highly inspired by Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. Yeah, I get it. Very cool. All right, so the next is Marco Kush with It's All Right. Like I said, he is the winner of last month's song contest. Let me find if he wrote anything about this one. Yes, he did. He says, written just after 2000, but never recorded till now, for a friend who left us for another life in the U.S. He's back now, and I don't think he's ever heard this song. Most fun was had during doing the harmonies. Still not 100% happy with it. EQ ? I do have the files for this one, he says. All right, let's give it a listen.
Shining all around you. Can you feel the warmth the sun has up above you? It's all right, we still have time.
Good snare sound, I like that.
It's all right, we will be fine. Oh yeah. The day that you had told me I've been worried about the choice you took so madly. That's okay, that's alright, you'll make good time. That's alright, that's okay, you've been so kind. Oh yeah, but don't go forgetting about us.
Ooh, I like that.
Can you see the light shining all around you? Can you feel the warmth the sun has up above you? It's alright, it's alright, we still have time. It's alright, it's alright, we will be fine. Oh yeah. Can you see the light that's shining all around you? Can you feel the love that friends have all around you? Can you see the light that's shining all around you? Do you feel the warmth the sun has up above you? Can you see the light that's shining all around you? Can you feel the love that friends have all around you? Do you see the light that's shining all around you? Do you feel the warmth the sun has up above you?
Nice. Very nice. The vocals could have been a little bit more upfront and present. I think it was just mainly just an EQ issue. Also, I would have probably put just a touch of reverb on them vocals to kind of help them to sit in the mix a little bit better. Instrumentation was great. There were some timing issues I heard where it almost sounded as if the entire track was like cut and slid over, and I could be wrong on that. Or it could have just been the drums themselves, but it sounded like there was a few times where the timing just wasn't quite right, wasn't quite there. Great work, though. I mean, the song has a lot of potential, so I think just a few sort of minor critiques, and it's definitely ready. Next up is the Revelation song by Josh Helms. I reached out to him on a Christian music group, and he says this is an instrumental cover by Joshua Helms of the song Revelation Song. I love that song, by the way. It is recorded on an older version of GarageBand, myself playing all of the instruments, rhythm and lead guitar, and bass plugged straight through the interface using built-in amp plugins. The drums are also digital as well. Very cool. Let's give it a listen. Like the guitar, man. I'm a sucker for guitar, though. Nice. Very nice, very nice. good, very good. Sorry, I wasn't trying to ruin the song by singing there, but it's just, I love the song. Awesome. Nice. Nice. Excellent ending there. I love that riff that you're riffing off of there, man. That solo was spot on. Very, very good. Very, very good. Given the fact that you did all that in GarageBand with a lot of VSTI instruments, I don't have much to say about it because of the fact that, I mean, given what you were working with, it sounds really good. The balance of it was decent. I think there were some elements that could have been EQ'd a little better. And also the guitars, as much as I love them guitars, I feel like at least the backup guitars could have been double tracked and panned right and left just to give it a little bit more depth, considering the fact this is a instrumental piece. But other than that, excellent, excellent work. The 11th Hour by 𝗂𝗀 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂. I hope I'm saying that right. The other thing is, let's see. The 11th Hour. Trying to find out if she had wrote anything on this. Yeah, here it is. Hi, my name is Carol. The track is inspired by an old sci-fi series, Doctor Who. The sounds used are from Cherry Audio Soft Synths, Memory Mode. The song contains no vocals. Perhaps it isn't what you were looking for. Probably useful for fixing mixing errors. No, that's perfectly fine, Carol. If you want to submit anything that's anything, there are some minor stipulations to that, which you'll find in the form. But other than that, if it's an instrumental or it has lyrics, that's fine. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this. Very cool. Lots of cool sound effects going on here. Very cool. Short and sweet. Sound like a good intro to a podcast or something that maybe is about sci-fi stuff. Very cool. Liked it. As far as, you said there were maybe some mixing issues. I really didn't hear too much wrong with the mix itself. It sounded very clear, defined. There were good bass elements. The painting was great. Yeah, keep up the good work. A little shorter than what I would have hoped, but other than that, I love the sound effects you were throwing in there. So the next one is Trapper's Cabin by Mike Street. See if he's wrote anything on this one. He says, "Hi, Robert. My name is Michael Street. I wrote this song when a good friend of mine moved to Colorado. It's a simple song with acoustic guitar, piano, mandolin, bass, and banjo. Ooh, already love the lineup. All played by me in my basement studio. My daughter Michelle sings the harmony, and of course we used Cakewalk by BandLab. P.S. I love your informative tutorials, tips, and tricks. Thanks." No, thank you, man. That's awesome. I'm already excited for this one. If it's got all of those elements in there, I'm already excited.
He's finding out the way through Wolf Creek Pass. Took him nearly twice as long as planned. Living on glacier ice and mountain air.
Nice harmonies there.
The pelts he had could buy no food up there. Bobcat in a birch tree is looking for the same thing. The urge to keep him riding through the snow to the trapper's cabin he left so long ago. Old hoss is tired of ice and nothing else. No rewards for carrying all them pelts. Don't it seem his shoes are sounding thin?
I like this.
I think he knows their lives depend on him. Beyond this pass, another ridge, another climb that's worse than this. Another step, old house, you almost home. To the trapper's cabin he left so long ago. So long ago. He could smell the cabin fire and hear his pretty darling sigh.
Beautiful.
And he believed he tasted Denver whiskey through his veins. And he dreamed of Trapper's Cabin once again.
Love the storytelling element. Awesome.
Was that a glimmer up ahead? Cabin smoke above his head, just like his dreams of home there in the snow. It's the trapper's cabin he left so long ago. The trapper's cabin he left so long ago.
Absolutely beautiful. I loved every single bit of that. Great work, man. The lead vocals, the male lead vocals, I should say, I think there was a little bit of overdone EQ. I could definitely hear that. There was also some overdone reverb, but other than that, if they would have set in the mix just a little bit better, that was beautiful. I love the fact too that you had the female harmony in there. It was nice. Even as someone had stated in the chat, it sounds like a family playing together, and I definitely got that while I was listening to it. It just had this very reminiscent feel to it, something that just sort of leapt out at you, made you remember things of days gone by. I loved it. Great work on the mix, great work on the painting of the elements. I feel like a little bit more painting could have been done, but that's okay. The fact that you didn't just bog down the entire mix with all of those elements as well, the fact that you use them sparingly, that was very wise as well. All right, so good job on that one. Next up, we got Whiskey by, which is actually the song by Steve Magogoria, but this is from 𝗪𝗏, and I hope I'm saying that right. But real quick, I do have a question here from a subscriber and also a member. He says, Rob, do you usually get pops and clicks in your mix downs? Sometimes it happens to me. Actually, yes. Every once in a while I do. I haven't here recently. But one thing that can stop that is if you go to your export and you uncheck, where's it at? Fast bounce. You can see it on my screen right here. If you unchecked fast bounce, 9 times out of 10, that usually takes care of it. Now, if it doesn't, sometimes those clicks and pops are actually caused by a reverb or some sort of a time-based effect that is playing either before or after the song starts. Usually it's after, so the tail of that effect will try to then come back to the beginning, and you're left with the tail right at the beginning, and it usually throws up as a pop or a click sound. Sometimes also it is just while you're exporting it, maybe your internet kicks on or kicks in or something, you get a notification. Sometimes that will actually affect it too. So from that standpoint, there are some things that you can do to minimize it. That fast bounce, taking that off of there definitely helps. And then the other option too is to make sure that whenever you are exporting it, you're exporting it in a format that your computer can handle as well. So sometimes it's not even the song at all, it's just the listening source. So this track that we're getting ready to listen to is one that's actually provided in the ProMix Academy. So if you download this course or you join the ProMix Academy, you can actually get access to these multi-tracks to mix for yourself. And that's exactly what he's done here. This is a produced like a pro multi-track mixed in New York City club style, set in a bar with your whiskey and enjoy the performance. He also says Warren is okay with using this. Only no commercial use allowed to earn money with this mix of this song in Spotify, YouTube, etc. So, okay, cool. Which is why I was kind of hesitant of playing this, because I know that after this releases, I'm going to get a copyright strike, and then I'll have to go back and delete this portion of the video. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and take a listen to it anyway. I can do that later. No big deal. So this is Jorg's mix of Whiskey by Steve Magoria.
Soon as your whiskey touched my lips, you set a fire to my song, and I'm gonna take it down to heaven. We push and pull and won't let go. It's a never-ending merry come and go round once more. And know you're so insatiable, so take me down again. Moan and scream and don't pretend. Wanna hear my name, your gritted teeth and a heavy breath. Just lose yourself with me and you, and tell me what you wanna do, and we'll dance along the satin till the morning. Heaven knows you're what I need, and I can only hope that what you see is you and me, and never letting go. I'm gonna tear you down so hard, you're gonna be calling out for God, and he's gonna let you know he's looking down and just keep going. Take me down again. Moan and scream and don't pretend. Wanna hear my name, your gritted teeth and the heavy breath. Just lose yourself with me and you, and tell me what you wanna do, and we'll dance along the satin till the morning. Failed addiction, and you've got me jonesing harder now. So take me down again. Moan and scream and don't pretend. Wanna hear my name through gritted teeth and a heavy breath. Whoa, lose yourself with me and you, and tell me what you wanna do, and we'll dance.
Wow. Wow. Very good job. I can't say too much about the song itself, given the fact that this was recorded in a professional studio by professional artists with a world-class mix engineer, or rather recording engineer and producer. So that right out of the gate was already going to be spot on, given the fact of the talent that you had involved with the mix in and of itself. As for a critique on the mix itself, you did a great job. The elements were balanced very well. I do feel like that the panning options could have been a little bit utilized a little bit differently. It didn't seem like anything was stepping on anything too much, but it also appeared, at least in my ears, that some of the elements almost had like some kind of a phase issue going on. I don't know if that was on the mixdown or maybe a widener plugin that was used, but needless to say, good job. And with the material that you had, I'm sure it wasn't as hard as some of the stuff that we have to work with on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, that's my my take on it. Also, I believe that the lead vocal, there was a little bit too much reverb on the lead vocal at the beginning. Maybe it could have been automated in. So, and what I mean by automated in is sort of pulled back and then automated to more of what you were wanting as the song progressed and more instruments were added. So, but yeah, great job. The next song is called Wild Ride by Tim Consley. By the way, if you want to get access to that song that we just listened to, Whiskey by Steve Magoria, like I said, you can get access to that within the Produce Like a Pro Academy. There's tons and tons of multi-tracks there that you can download and mix to get your chops up. And you can also add those then to your portfolio so that if you're reaching out to clients, you can show them your work. All right, let's see what Tim has to say about this song. He says, I thought about what I really wanted whenever I was a teen, which was a pretty girl and a fast car. All instruments, vocals, writing, production by me, the AT2020 mic, the PRS S2 custom 24 guitar with Amp Lion Pro. Good night. That sounds like an awesome setup. Ibanez GSR 200 bass with a Cerebus, Cat Kitimp multi-pad with the SSD 5.5 for the drums. All right, let's check it.
Oh baby, come along with me, let's take a wild ride. You'll be sitting on the edge of your seat, oh it's a wild ride.
Nice. Okay, there were some issues with this, at least unless they were done stylistically. I felt like the bass was really, instead of being right up the center, it was on the right side of my stereo field, which if that was done stylistically, because it was supposed to be an older style setting, which if you listen to a lot of old Beatles albums and things like that, they actually panned their bass guitars on one side and their guitars on the other. So if it stylistically, if that was something you were going for, then yeah, you definitely nailed it. Now the song in and of itself, it sold the emotion. You definitely, you sold me on the fact that you were looking for a wild ride, in one way or another. And we will just kind of leave that right there. But with that being said, the guitar work was excellent. The sounds that you were able to capture were great. Good job. Really good job. Yes, he did pan them that way on purpose. Okay. So yeah, if that was done stylistically, then that's actually very unique. So very cool. All right. Who's up next? Now I cannot, I'm going to butcher this if I even try to say this guy's name. I'm going to say 𝗏𝗧𝗃. I don't know. Anyway, the song is The Age of Change. And he says this is a collaboration of 3 artists from Poland, author of lyrics and music, Patricia Antonia Sudnak, and musicians, Bartosz Luz, or Udu, and myself, which 𝗏𝗧𝗃, I'm going to say. He did the guitars, bass, backup vocals, and mixing and mastering. Recorded in our friend's studio in summer of the 2020 and later mixed by me during the long winter months when I was learning how to use Cakewalk and how to mix in general. It's my debut in mixing and mastering, by the way. I will be grateful for feedback. Cheers. Awesome. So this is your very first mix you're debuting and or master, so let's check it out.
Her face in the sun,
Ooh.
wind caressing pale skin, clean her thoughts, blow her mind, wash her soul from sin. She puts her hands in the river, connect her links with the home. She feels how her body shivers, notes are coming out her throat. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Puts her feet in the ground, the earth transforming her falls. Open her eyes and her heart, tune in with her soul. She puts her spirit in the fire, dancing in the darkest night. She's burning her selfish desires, connecting darkness with the light. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Closer and closer to heaven. Step by step, line by line, gets closer and closer to heaven. Step by step, line by line, gets closer and closer to heaven. Ooh, step by step, line by line, gets closer and closer to heaven.
Nice.
Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. It's an age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Ooh, it's an age of change, age of change. Here it comes, the sun wakes up. Here it comes, the age of change.
Very, very good. Liked that. Man, there was like so many elements in there that were, yet again, it was that very nostalgic feel, that reminiscent feel, much like we got from Trapper's Cabin. I love those stories that are almost bohemian. That's a great term for it. Thank you. Very artsy, yes. Yeah, this is an awesome debut, man. If you did this as a debut, wow, you have got a career ahead of you. Very good job. Pedro says the song is very captivating. Definitely. Speaking of which, I just got in Pedro's song a minute ago. I don't want to miss out on it. This will be the last one that we're listening to today. Last submission. And he just sent this like literally just a minute ago. So he got it in there by the skin of his teeth. Nothing wrong with that as long as he got it in there. This is called When All the Guns Cease. I'm going to see if he's got, yeah, he says he wrote this song in 1991 and first recorded it in the studio sometime the following year, but almost everything that could have gone wrong during the recording sessions did go wrong. I wasn't happy with the result about the tape cassette wasn't happy with the result and put the tape cassette away and forgot all about it. The reels were too expensive to keep. Earlier this year, I found the old cassette tape and decided to bring the song back to life. I started working on it about a couple of months ago, but the recording and mixing process were quite quick. A new personal record, 4 days to record all the guitars and vocals, including practicing the parts, and 3 days to mix and master. The final result is a blend of the original idea and some new ones that came to mind recently. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, Robert, and all the folks who support his channel. Keep rocking. Awesome. Well, let's take a listen to this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to stop this, but I feel like I owe the previous song to a little bit more of a critique because there were some elements that I feel like I was kind of shuffling along too fast there, so apologize for that. About the balance of the mix, there were some elements that I felt like were not in balance in the sense that they could have been panned a little bit differently to, I think, bring more cohesion to the song. Likewise, the vocals, I feel like could have used a little bit of edginess, and especially the female vocal who had this sort of a smoky sound that could have been brought out with EQ. Likewise, a little bit of compression on that vocal. The instrumentation sounded awesome. I loved the use of the different instruments and the painting of the instruments. However, I feel like some reverb on those could have helped to sell this sort of feeling of them all being in the same room together. All right. Some things that I wanted to say about that last one. Sorry. I felt like I kind of moved on a little quickly there because I was trying to make sure I didn't forget about this one. Okay, so now, yet again. Nice. Very cool.
Fresh air blows upon the battlefields, laying down soldiers and mark of the devil. The smell of smoke and the look of peace. You can see it all when all the guns cease. Meanwhile, the sun is going down, burning bonfires all around. People stealing from the disease, drawn to dust I feel when all the guns cease.
Very good. Very cool.
This battle ends, but more will come. A never-ending war politicians have done. Herod and axe and wrong decisions. Young boys have died before the gun cease. They turn our lives into a hell. You have to fight until we fall. Don't pull the trigger for their own reasons.
Nice. Very nice. Nice mix, man. That sounded great. I love the fact that you took total advantage of your stereo field. I was just kind of researching while I was listening to that, so I wasn't too focused on visuals. Just kind of researching some of the old 80s hair bands, and man, that definitely, it had that feel, but yet it was more gritty, more in your face. I liked it. It almost had sort of a Sepultura feel. I know that's might be way out in left field for stuff that you listen to, but it had sort of a Sepultura feel to it. Someone else says, Bruce Dickinson enters Eddie. Wow. Yeah, great job, man. So many great submissions, and so much great feedback here in the chat as well. Thank you all so much for just being supportive and helpful and headbanging. I have to agree as well with Mark George. Excellent voice as well. Those vocals are not easy to do at all, especially with that style of music. So good job. Yet again, all of the submissions were great, so it's going to be hard for me to pick one live. So I'm going to go back and listen through to these. Keep an eye on he says, I love Sepultura. Awesome. Yeah, it definitely had sort of a Sepultura feel there. So yeah, keep an eye on the YouTube channel community tab, as well as the Facebook page, to hear who the winner will be. I'm definitely leaning in one direction, but I don't want to give away that yet because I want to go back and listen again. But with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in to today's Listen Together. While we're actually listening to stuff together, I did go ahead and freeze that song last time so that we could actually take a listen to that. We were going to listen to the song that we worked on here as a collaborative effort with those who were in the Rocket Fuel Mixing Bundle. The Rocket Fuel Mixing Bundle, in case you're not aware of this was the doors only open sort of sporadically, and I only allowed just a few people in at once. I think 10 people would probably be the most that I would let in at once. But basically, it's sort of a higher tier buy-in plan, and basically what you get is all of my courses, and you get some hands-on training and access. Hold on, that's not the right song. You get some hands-on training and access to me for 6 Skype sessions. We all go through, and what I do is there it is. So what I do is I go through there and we go through 6 different lessons. This takes course over, I believe it's 2 months. And then we navigate through all of your issues, sort of in a group chat setting. I give you homework. Then we all basically, the name suggests, it gets you from point A to point B very quickly, to where you're actually writing, producing, and mixing music a lot quicker. You're doing it with a lot more efficiency, and you're doing it a lot better. And then at the end of that, we all collaborated on a song together. This is the song that we created together called Viral. So I've also pulled in some other individuals who have helped out in times past. Brian Barton on the bass guitar, and Jürgen has been playing some instrumentation on this. We've got Chris Knowles on the drums. We've got a lot of good stuff going on here. So I wanted to play this last time, though, as sort of a sneak peek to show you a song that we're working on. And I'm still doing back and forth to make sure that everyone is happy with the mix before I release it. But this is, oh, by the way, Mob the Gamer is doing some harmonies on this as well. I don't want to leave him out. But this is the song where it stands now. This song is called Viral. So let's check it out.
The darkness of this present hour is ever looming. The pressure to perform is all-consuming. We bare our souls just to get a light and filter out these scars inside. Remember to subscribe and follow me. tired of this numbers game, just to see who's winning. Pursuing shallow fame seems so unforgiving. I follow you, you follow me to the depths of depravity. Words hold no weight and there is no gravity. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. And when you find that I have nothing left to give, and then you act as if I have never lived. I think it's finally time that I peel back this curtain. Can you handle the big reveal, though I'm quite uncertain? Maybe if I give enough, somehow I can buy your love. Burning my candle at both ends, and I'm wearing the sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. And when you find that I have nothing left to give, then you act as if I have never lived. But I'm alive. I'm still alive. Whoa. Talk is cheap, give me change. That's all I'll need to make this home. Burning love, what you say won't be enough to make me fall before the idol that this world has raised in ignorance. I'll boldly stand for what is right and keep on walking in the light. When I have drawn my final breath, my conscience clean before my death, I'll raise my voice in victory, 'cause pride has not defeated me. There's a world to love outside yourself and a life to live with someone else. The sickness that this world is going through has opened up my eyes to see the truth. And when you find that I have nothing left to give, then you act as if I have never lived. I'm tired of this numbers game, just to see who's winning.
Okay. So that's the song we were working on. I'm just simply entitling it Viral. It's basically about being jaded with social media. And it was inspired by a lot of things that happened in a short time that really just got me sort of, for lack of a better word, just sort of hot under the collar about the way that social media is treating musicians and treating people in general, and this whole sickness thing that everyone is battling that is just bringing more divisiveness and indecisiveness and more. I think the biggest fallout of COVID, if I have to say this, is the sickness in and of itself is obviously very, very hard to deal with and wrong. But I think the biggest thing that I have seen has been the fallout that has come from, individuals who are so, for lack of a better word, I mean, there's no unity anymore, it seems. And that's really what this is kind of beckoning to is, come on guys, let's come together and help one another, instead of, well, you wear a mask and you don't wear a mask, and you're vaccinated and I'm unvaccinated. And instead of making it all of this, division about who is for what and who is, just realize that everybody is going through stuff and they're going through different things, and everyone has a different take on this. And your take might be the right take, and my take might be the right take, or whatever it might be. But the main thing to remember is that all of us are going through something together. So with that being said, when I do release this song, I think I'm going to release it on that caveat to sort of give people an understanding that, look, we're all going through something from this sickness. And the last thing that we need are individuals to turn their back on us during this time. So thank you all so much for tuning into the show today. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, let me know. And before we go, we're going to go ahead and do what? You know what we're going to do. We're going to call in 𝗧𝗍 𝗂𝐶𝗵 to spin the wheel of awesomeness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 𝗧𝗍 𝗂𝐶𝗵 bringing you the wheel of awesomeness. Now, for everyone who's in the chat, let's spin this wheel and let's see where it lands us. That's right. Wherever it lands is what we'll do. Trivia. Nice. All right. Thanks, Casey, for announcing the wheel today. I do promise you that I'm going to pay you this week. Why are you... I already know where the ceiling is at. What are you talking? Oh, you're using your middle finger, Casey. That's nice. You know what? Get out of here. Good night. I tell you, every time I bring this guy on, you know, I don't get it. We like to have some fun around here, folks. Nothing wrong with that. So, based off of some things that we've listened to today. In the chat, here is the trivia question. What is the one effect that can bring you the most balance to a mix? Now, granted, this doesn't have to be a plug-in. This is something that I cover a lot here on the channel. But what is the one thing, let's just say it that way, what's the one thing that you can do to bring the most balance and clarity to a mix? I want to see what you guys have to say. And I also appreciate everyone who has voted recently on the community tab. I just posted on the community tab the other day about what's the hardest part of mixing. And when I go back to the community tab now, I actually have, it looks like, wow, 136 people have voted, with 41% saying that EQ is the hardest part of mixing. I do have a complete EQ tutorial here on the channel. You need to go and check it out. Peruse throughout the entire channel and find something that you feel like is going to help you here on the channel, and share it with someone else. All right. So thank you all so much, by the way, for voting on those, because it helps. Not only does it help me to sort of figure out what I need to do to help, but it also helps other individuals who come through to sort of feel like they're at a place where they can be at home. And that's what I want this channel to be, a safe space where individuals can feel like they're at home. All right. We got a lot of things coming in here. Mob the Gamer comes right out of the gate with compression. He says compression. Okay. By the way, if you have not liked this video yet, give this video a like. That would be awesome. Okay. Mob the Gamer says compression. That's not the screen I wanted. Oops. There we go. Mob the Gamer says he thinks compression is the way to get the mix separated and to sound clean and clear. Keith Lane says EQ. Thomas Speck, he's weighing in with EQ. EQ again. EQ again. Good performance and takes. Nice. EQ, compression or panning, balancing and duplicating. I guess it depends on the song. If the performance is trash, nobody should be obligated to edit that into a grid. Okay, so a lot of good answers here that are weighing in. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say that secondary is EQ. Now, someone actually pinned it right here. First name, sure name says good performance and takes. Now, arrangement and good performances and those good takes are going to be your best bet at getting a good, well-balanced mix. If you notice, if you mix anything from the Pro Mix Academy and you have these professional mixes that you're working with, one of the first things that you notice is that it pretty much mixes itself. And the reason because they've already got a good arrangement, good recordings. They've started right at the source. Now, once you get a good source, now you can EQ that and get an even greater amount of separation and clarity from your mix. So I hope that helps you guys today. Remember, plan your song out to have that space. Plan your song out to have that depth that you're wanting it. And the easiest way that you can do that is by picking the right instrumentation that will then help the rest of that song. Automation, he says, very good answer as well. Okay, so each and every one of you who have tuned in today, thank you so much. Remember, stay in line with the channel and keep checking back every once in a while, because I'm going to be posting the link shortly for that giveaway, and you're going to want to make sure that you get in on that. If you have not subscribed, make sure that you're a subscriber, because you're going to have to be a subscriber to win. That's the one stipulation that I'm going to definitely throw in there. So until next time, guys, remember that we can dream alone and we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. God bless each and every one of you. Until next time, see ya.